one I did not even know they were. Look. Hey guys, so I have a few things to do today, but first I want to have tea before I make breakfast. Yes, let's spend the day together. Look at my cow friends. They're up on the hill. Look at them. I'm going to clean out my butterfly habitat. And as I went to go clean it out, I see there are two. Do you see those caterpillars? Look at them. Look at that one. And that one, I did not even know they were in there. That goes to show, wow, they were growing in here. So I'm going to replace the leaves. I'm going to clean it out and replace the leaves. There's another one right there. I'm hoping that one is okay. Oh no, right here. Hoping that one is okay. I'm going to be raising a new species of butterfly. I'm not sure what is the name of this species yet, but that is what the caterpillars look like. That little, let me show you. A little closer. That black and white, that is what the caterpillars look like. That black and white thing. And when they get a little bit bigger, they look like that. So I'm excited to see what these butterflies are going to look like. My garden has been attracting all different kinds of butterflies because I'm just noticing all different kinds of caterpillars. Like, look at this one. It looks so cool. It has like orange spots on it. They're kind of active in here. There's that one. There's that one just lounging on the leaf. Oh, and this one too. He's eating. See if you can see him. He's eating that leaf, actively eating that leaf. See what the others are doing. Oh, that one is camouflaging. Look. I can't wait to see what that butterfly is going to look like because they just look totally different. Like, look at this one and then look at that one. It's black and orange. That one is green. Wonder what the colors are going to look like. I was wondering what was happening to my pepper plant because I was losing a bunch of leaves all over. And there is the culprit. There is that motherfucker. That little shit. It's not even a little shit, it's a big shit. And that's how I lost so many leaves so quickly. So yes, I gotta get that off ASAP. I'm so excited. My soursop has started to grow on the tree. Look at that one up there. And I have another soursop growing on my other soursop tree up Here, let me show you. This one I can actually reach. It's right there. There's a bunch of blossoms on this tree too. Those are what the blossoms look like that. Here's another one right up there. Bell pepper tree is flourishing, but I learned that if I cut off the blossoms, it'll make the tree grow stronger. So just cutting off these little blossoms. You see, like this one. This flower right here, I'm going to cut so it can grow more first before it starts fruiting. Same to this one. I want to show you guys the cows. They always come by my house. Look, they're just walking. Hi guys! Hi! Look. You guys going home? Yeah, they're walking home. They live all the way up the hill. I just love saying hi to them. They're my friends. Look at this beautiful sweet sap right here. I'm actually going to pick it because it is, wow, it's ripe. They also say that this is a mean fruit tree because the fruit doesn't actually drop. Like, look, I'm actually having to really spin it a lot. The fruit doesn't actually drop from this tree, so that's why they call it a mean tree. But look how big this one is. This is how I know it's ripe because it has started to separate a little bit, but it's still not ripe enough to eat. So I'm gonna put it on the counter for a day and it'll be good by tomorrow or the next day. So excited to eat this. I'm gonna let the rest, like, you know, get bigger and get ripe on the tree. I also have some peppers on the tree that I'm going to grab, like this one and this one, and the rest I'm going to let get bigger. We found a few more like this one, and yeah, the rest I'm going to let get bigger. Headed inside with my goods. So now I'm going to be preparing 2 free fertilizers that you can use in your garden. One is, okay, I'm putting on this glove. Okay, yeah. So one is banana peels, and it's like, you call it banana tea. I don't know, like that's what somebody told me. So I'm just gonna fill this jug up with the banana peels, and then I'm just going to add water and then let it ferment, and then it becomes a tea, and it becomes a natural fertilizer because and it gives off natural potassium and basically other nutrients that the plant needs. I am a beginner gardener, so I am really just learning, and I'm learning through experience and trial and error. So yeah. This is the part that is like, this is the nitty-gritty part of gardening. You don't like getting your hands dirty, but you get a big reward. It's so rewarding eating your food that you grew yourself. So that's really one of the reasons why I got into gardening, because it's just like, you know, I really want to know where my food came from. And not only that, I want to I want to just have my food go through less process, you know, so I would like it to just go from, you know, my garden right to my table, for lack of better terms. Yeah. So yeah, so you just fill up your jug and then you fill it up with water. Alrighty, yep, just like this. It's full of water. You're gonna see it do a lot of bubbling and fizzling and all that. So yep, you do not need to buy fertilizer. And the reason how I know that is because I have grown so many things and I've never bought fertilizer a day in my life. But then again, I do have a small garden. I'm not sure, like, you know, about other things, but this banana tea works. The second thing, so I'm gonna put that outside when I'm done. But then the second thing are eggshells. So I leave my eggshell, I don't throw them away. I just leave them so they can get dry in the sun for, like, you know, just like a week or so, or a week or two. And then what I do first is that, because you can't just put it, well, from what I've learned is that it takes a really long time to go into the soil. It helped the process of breaking down the eggshells by putting it in a Ziploc bag first. So just put the bunch in here, and then I just hit it. So then that way, when I put it into my blender, it's not, you know, I just don't want my blender to have to do so much work. And then I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna turn it into, my blender will turn it into a fine powder. And then that way, the soil would be able to absorb it easier. And it won't take as long to go into the soil. If I leave it like this, it's gonna take a really long time to absorb and break down into the soil. But if I actually have some here, so this, I actually grinded this already with my blender. And you see it is a fine powder. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same with this batch. My honey bunny brought home sugar bun. I love it so much. We will be having this for dessert tonight after dinner. Anyway, I'm making a quick dinner. I just fried some fish, some pieces of fish that I had left over from when we had soup over the weekend. So it's just like the extra pieces of fish. I'm gonna have that, and I'm about to cook that down. I cut up all of my seasoning and everything already. And I'm going to have it with potatoes, mashed potatoes, and bok choy on the side. Yeah. I like to fry my pumpkin first before I cook down my seasoning. Gives it a nice little body so it doesn't like break up or mash away. Okay, now I put my seasoning in, and now I'm going to cook it down a little bit. Cooking down nicely. If you haven't tried just plain fried pumpkin, this is your sign, let me tell you, to try it. It tastes even better than French fries to me. And you just fry it. You fry it dry. This one is not as crispy as I do it sometimes, only because I plan to cut this down, but I fry them sometimes and just eat them like French fries, and they're so good. So try it. Now I'm going to add my fish in there because it looks nice and cooked down. It's so funny. Do you guys hear the cow? The cow is mooing. I'll do something up there. Oops. it is all done. It looks so good. That is the fish. These are my boiled potatoes. And then I made rice for my honey bunny. There's my little bit of bok choy. I already started eating, but it is so good. If you haven't already, this is your sign to start growing your own food. And you can start small, like look at my small little container garden that I started. And, you know, it is thriving. Yeah, and so I started about a year ago, and I started really small. I started with tomatoes, which, you know, is the easiest thing to grow. And then I actually started to grow an avocado tree from seed. Now, look at it. Look how big it is. This is now at least like 6 feet tall. Okay, maybe not 6 feet. It's maybe about like 5 feet tall because it's not as tall as me, so it's like 4.5 feet. But yes, I actually grew that avocado tree from seed, from an avocado that I ate. All of the stuff that I've actually grown here are from things that I've eaten. I didn't buy any seeds. So that's why it's just like I'm really proud of this garden. It's really intentional. I was very intentional with it, you know, because I know that you can be self-sustainable and you do not need to buy things. And yeah, this is my pepper tree. This is my bell pepper plant. And I'm going to transplant. Oh, and that's my sweet potato over there. And I'm going to transplant today jalapeno, okra, and eggplant. So yes. Water down in the hole first. Oops. I think I will delete them and go with this one because it has a stronger root system. Yeah. Hi. Look at the beautiful sunset behind me.